Sound check? I see you're back. Can you hear my mic? This one's got Wi-Fi, so we should be in good shape. We're in the big rink. The girls are ready to go. We're a little bit early. Thanks, Nick. Alright, what do we got going on here? We got a team warming up behind me with music. We got Detroit Little Caesars coming out against Team Alaska. We're coming to you live from Fraser, Big Boy, Fraser Ice Arena. I think we're a little early. Let me check my watch. We're about 10 minutes early. Zoom it out here. Caesars is out warming up. Team Alaska's here somewhere. Waiting on Team Alaska to come out since we're a little bit early. Let's go. There they come. This tournament started yesterday. Kristen covered me while I was gone, so got about 2 minutes of warm-ups going on. Yesterday we played St. Louis girls and defeated them, and we also beat up on, I think on St. Louis, and then here was it in the afternoon, Windy City maybe. There was a little tougher time. Another cold morning in Detroit. This is the Motor City tournament. Pitt Motor City Detroit Girls Fest. Looks like Bones is starting in it. All right, here we go. Let's see who the coach is going to put out there. Not a lot of fans in the stands today. But we're in the big rink. You're headed this way. All right, looks like we've got Malachino, Wally, Emma Waldrop. So Emma Waldrop's going to take the draw. And we've got Emmy Evans on the wing there with Kate Malachino on the wings. We've got Nadia Nadad and Anna Loveday. Apologize. Sorry. Anna Loveday on D. Here we go, puck drop. Emma talking to her buddies. This is a great way for Emma to start. She came to us from Team Alaska. So she's playing against her old team. Nice nod for Brandon to give her that face-off. We got a rear group on sides as we whistle. We're offside, sorry. No regrouping happening. It's cold in here today. All right. Those of you at home should be enjoying your blankies. Emma taking the face-off just outside the zone for Alaska. Same lineup out there. Anna Loveday chipping it in, but we're offsides again. Trying to break into that zone. I'm trying to wake up. All right, here we go. Just outside the blue line, outside the Alaska zone. We are. Emma's going to take that face off again because we're off to a slow start here. Nadia looking as we regroup to come back on sides. Looking, she's going to go through the neutral zone and try to find someone that pops it up to Kate Malachino. I thought that puck was going to come out of bounds here. As Alaska carries it in and gets a little trickler shot off net. We're back in the corner, battling, and we're going to go. Waldrop's going for a line change as Malachino gives a cross-ice pass, which is picked off by Alaska. However, Reagan, fresh off the bench, she's going to pick up that and get it over to Kate Malachino, who's going to carry it in to the zone. Alaska bouncing it around behind their goalie. We're still in zone as Harwood comes off the bench. Harwood skating in hard towards the net. And Reagan McGarvey trying to pop one out to her. Defense trying to keep it in. We're going to have to regroup and neutralize as Schiff dumps it back in deep for a dump and chase. We've got Schiff and Pfeffer on the blue line as Harwood battles on the boards in the corner. Looks like Struna with a centering pass out front. Alaska picking it up, but we're still in the zone as Harwood is battling over on the boards with Pfeffer. Alaska's able to squeak it up the boards and down into Little Caesars territory for an icing. Ice, so we're going to get a face-off in the Alaska zone with line 3 popping out. Ooh, I don't know what this is. Here we go. Lainey Perigee, Michaela Gibbons, and Lainey Perigee's going to lead the draw with Mullins, and we've got Doherty and Hewitt. Michaela Gibbons with a rip from Perigee. Perigee drew it right back to Gibbons. She shot it on net. Goalie snapped that right up, though. We've got Doherty and Hewitt holding down the blue line as Perigee's going to take another draw. Hopefully she can draw it right back to Gibbons. Again, trying to get her on the point. Gibbons on her strong side. We're going to battle in the corners. That's Mullins heading for the corners. Gibby going on the wraparound, trying to battle it out with Perigee. Perigee and her tangling it up on the boards with the Alaska players. A little bit of there. As Pfeffer pinches in, I'm sorry, that was Doherty that pinched in. Sorry, we got Nudie. Up to Mullins. Mullins with a centering pass. Or no, that was Gibbons with a centering pass, trying to get it to Mullins out front. The puck works its way back down into our zone as Kate Doherty's going to regroup. She's dancing through traffic. She finds, oh, I thought she was going to find Reagan McGarvey at center ice there, but it was picked off by Alaska. Hewitt bounces around boards, back up to Doherty. Doherty up to Evans. Evans, Malachino, and McGarvey reunited on the forwards as Malachino's going to slice and dice through traffic. Little slipstream in there. Alaska picks it off, and they're back through neutral ice as they race down on a 3-on-2 as we back check. Alaska trying to circle around. Everybody looks like they're in a little bit of slow motion this morning. Here we go. Little Caesars with the ice. They're going to end up with the face-off down in front of Bones. That would be our goalie, number 37, Kennedy Copeland. She's between the pipes today, or this morning's game. Lainey Perrigy taking the draw. She's out there with Loveday and Nadon on defense, and Harwood and Pollock on the wings. We're going to battle on the boards in neutral ice on my side here, on the near side. As Pollock's going to back check, she's going to scoop that puck up. She's trying to work it forward, battling on the boards with Nadad. Nadad pushing it around behind Bones in net. Alaska with the cross ice pass to nobody as Pollock picks it up and she races through neutral ice with the puck. She's going to carry it down in front of the Alaska goalie, hoping somebody will come with her. She gets tripped up in the corner as Alaska is going to poke check and grab the puck. They're going back. Shifts there on defense with Perrigy. We're dancing through neutral ice as Alaska shoots one and it trickles off. Shift back into the corner. Heffer trying to wrap it around the boards to get it out to some of our forwards. Nobody's going to grab it up. We've got Perrigy up front with Mullins and Waldrop. Oh, sorry, my bad. Saw the 4. It's Struna. Perrigy grabbing it around the net, trying to find Struna. She finds Struna out front. Struna's going to skate it through neutral ice, finding Mullins. In neutral ice, Mullins past the red line, taking it in. Picked off by Alaska as Waldrop, fresh off the bench. She scoops it up. She's going to go skating it through neutral ice with Jets. She finds Mullins. Mullins rips one blocker. Blocked by the goalie with her blocker pad there. And Pepper keeping it in on the blue line. Struna regrouping, finding Mullins. Mullins goes for a change after she shoots it forwards. And we've got Pepper to shift, banking it in the boards. They're going to go for a dump and change. And out front is Wally and Reagan McGarvey to do the work and keep the puck in the zone on a 2-on-5. Our friends come out, and we've got Doherty and Hewitt on defense with McGarvey and Evans. Malachino out. She's trying to find somebody out front. She finds Emmy Evans. Emmy Evans with a backhand. Emmy Evans with another backhand as we're in a scrum in front of the net. Kate Doherty as it trickles out with the backhand pass back to Emma. Emma with quick hands. Laser pass over to Malachino. Sorry, people are texting me. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. All right, Hewitt to Doherty. Doherty over to McGarvey. Alaska is going to pick that off, and Kate Doherty with a fast poke check there. As we have some new friends off the bench. Who's coming on in there? We've got Emmy Evans, and our forwards have been out there a little bit. Emmy Evans skating through traffic, fighting McGarvey as they go into the zone. Emmy Evans peels off and heads for the bench. Out pops Gibbons and Nadad. We've got Loveday and Nadad on defense as Gibbons joins Malachino. Gibbons is going to go in by herself, chase the puck down as it went for a dump and chase. We've got Nadad and Loveday helping her keep it in on the blue line as we have fresh forwards out there. Harwood's out there with Perrigy and Gibbons. Gibbons again on the boards as it pops down the boards and into our zone. Nadad's going to chase that down. We've got one Alaska forechecker. As Nadad has fast feet and zips it out of the zone, she's tipping it right back down into Alaska territory. Her and Gibbons are going to go. Harwood right behind them, keeping it in the zone. Harwood and Gibbons battling in the corner. Shift, fresh off the bench, is going to have to scoop that up as it pounces back into neutral ice. Gibbons goes for the change and out pops Pollock. Harwood getting tripped up, trying to get a shot up in front of the net. Perrigy going for a change and out pops Waldrop. Harwood going for a change. Got some fast changes as we've been working down in the zone. Pollock battling in front of the net, trying to keep it in. Wally from Pollock. Nice zip there. Little zip to the Miracle Whip. Wally around the world here. She looks for someone out front. She finds Mullins. Mullins trying to get a piece of it and tip it in the net. As Pollock's going to have to battle in the corner, Mullins comes in to help her out. Wally's going to regroup again, looking with a little chip shot. Bounce deflected off of a Alaska player back into the neutral ice, and Schiff's going to grab it and go right back in with a firing pass, and that's a goal! So that bounced off an Alaska player from Waldrop. Waldrop took a chip, bounced off the Alaska player. Schiff picks it up, and she zings one in there. That's a 1-0 for the Detroit Little Caesars. That was Schiff, unassisted. The assist goes to Team Alaska. All right, referee whistling for a center ice. 1-0 lead here for Detroit Little Caesars at 7:16 in the first period. Hey, baby, how are ya? All right. It's my new hobby. All right, we're back in it at 7 minutes in the first period on the clock. We've got some new friends out there. Line one's back out there reunited as Reagan McGarvey, Emmy Evans, and Kate Malachino taking control of the puck behind her. Ooh, behind Bones. As she tries to skate out, I got a little poke check there by Alaska. Shout out to all my fans. Michaela makes fun of me. It's my new hobby, recording games. I got to get faster though, and practicing with Mickey Redmond on the side. Ricky Redmond, I'm doing good. Thus, I'm not a professional. All right, we had a face-off down in front of Kennedy Copeland. We'll have another game this afternoon. I don't know what time that'll be. Somewhere between 4 and 7 o'clock, hopefully. This game will determine where we're at. We got to win this one to stay in first place in our pool. Obviously, then after pool play, we'll go into some sort of semifinals. Bones with the save as Lainey Pergy pops the puck around to Kate Doherty. Kate Doherty looking to chip it forward. Bounces off one of the Alaska players as they cut through traffic. Puck's bouncing around in neutral ice as Kate's giving it a chip. Gibbons off the bench. And Hewitt's going to regroup and break it out, looking to find Gibbons. She finds Gibbons, who takes it through, trying to take it through neutral ice. We've got Waldrop out there with Pollock. So we've got Pollock, Gibbons, and Waldrop on the forwards with Hewitt and Doherty. Pollock getting caught up there, and the referee's going to blow his whistle. What are we calling here, Reffy? He's calling a tripping on Alaska, on Scarlett Pollock drawing a penalty there. So we're going to be on a power play at 5:49 in the first period with a 1-0 lead. All right, our power play lineup is Kate Malachino is going to take the draw down in front of the Alaska goalie with her buddies Emmy Evans and Rylan Harwood on her wings. Nadad walking the blue line, shooting it in. Emmy Evans trying to get a tip off on that. As Schiff and Nadad hold down the blue line. Alaska trying to bounce it out. Nadad grabs it and dips it back in the corner. As Evans is looking to find someone out front on the umbrella, she finds Malachino, who fires a shot on net. The goalie is going to give that a good save, and we're going to get a whistle. And another face-off with 5:26 in the period and 1:08 left on that power play. Malachino with the draw back to Nadad. Nadad looking, she passes it over to Schiff. Schiff regrouping on the blue line over to Malachino. Malachino on the umbrella here as they work it around. Harwood trying to get it out front and centering pass. However, Alaska gets a piece of it and chips it long. No ice as they are on a penalty kill. Hi, babes. Oopsie. Schiff looking for a friend. Hey. Harwood trying to carry it out. She's in neutral ice, looks forward to finding it to a forward. I need my iPad so I can get all my statties. Doherty chipping in deep as we battle down in the zone. We have 4:20. We have a second left on our power play. We're even strength as Loveday and Reagan McGarvey are battling it out front. Oh, that was a chip shot on Loveday. They hit her from behind as they came out of the box. Wow. The girl that came out of the box, we hit Loveday. Just came and flipped her upside down. Got her on the arm. I don't know if the refs are going to call anything here. We got 4:09 on the clock. We're going to get a face-off outside the zone. A 1-0 lead for Detroit Little Caesars. As Malachino's going to come in and take the draw with Emmy Evans and Reagan McGarvey on her wings. We've got Hewitt and Doherty on the D. Malachino trying to regroup. Alaska firing it out of the zone as Malachino scoops the puck up. Trying to get back on sides. Emmy Evans. Come on, guys. A little dirty. It's getting a little feisty, a little spicy in here. 3:50 on the clock as Malachino's going to take the draw out to the right-hand side of the goalie outside the zone. We're in neutral ice as Emma and Kate Doherty pass the puck back and forth. Kate Doherty trying to find a forwards in neutral ice. The forwards chip it in deep for a dump and chase. Hewitt trying to pinch there on the boards, trying to keep it in is Evans. Evans is going to have to race back as we've got a 2-on-1. Evans, a nice block by Kennedy Copeland. What a save as they came 2-on-1 down her on Doherty. Doherty leading the traffic around with nice talking to her team as she regroups behind the net. Doherty finding a friend out front. She looks to find Evans. Evans finds McGarvey. McGarvey's going to chip it in and go for a change as Waldrop just scoots in off the bench with fast feet. She's battling in there as both teams go for a change. Mullins fresh off the bench, centers the pass. Struna chips it back to Schiff to Peffer. Peffer firing one through traffic. And that's scooped up by Milena Struna with her fast hands there as Pepper finds Waldrop in the corner. Waldrop's going to skate it out and find Schiff. Schiff with the last goal fires one again. She's got her 1 goal of the game, unassisted. Sheesh. Wow. Let's get physical. Wow. And Schiff over to Pepper. Pepper, her shot getting chipped high, and it's no goal? What are we calling here? High stick? Was that a goal? No. I didn't think so. Okay, that's what I thought. I couldn't see where it went. I need glasses. Not good for a camera guy. I got to get better power. 2:16 in the period. We're going to get a face-off down in front of our goalie for a high stick as Perrigy takes the draw with Pollock. And somebody's racing out of the zone there. That's Nadad. We got Harwood on her wing. Nadad chipping it through traffic through neutral ice, bouncing up the boards to herself. She's going to carry it around behind the net. She's going to look for a friend out front as she circles it in, tries to find Perrigy. And Hewitt's going to help her out back here on the blue line as we regroup in neutral ice. Hewitt dumping it forward, trying to find somebody in traffic. We're just going to have to battle and keep pushing it forward. We pressure it into the zone. Nadad and Perrigy battling with Pollock on the wing. Pollock's going to scoop it up. She's looking for somebody out front. She tries to get a little side action there, and the goalie says, not today. You can just give me your phone. Do you know what goal that was for Schiff? Number 4 of the season? Her 4th goal of the season? All right. Maddie Schiff's 4th goal of the season today. That was it was unassisted. I don't know if you're here. It bounced off one of the Alaska players. All right. Hewitt trying to bank it in the boards. Got my stat guy here today. Alaska zooming through our territory, firing a shot wide. Nadad, she's going to regroup. She bounces it around behind our goalie over to Hewitt. Hewitt's going to regroup, looking for some forwards. Our forwards out there are Malachino, Evans, and McGarvey. Let's going to get dumped back in by Alaska. Hewitt looking, trying to make a play. She's working behind the net on the boards as Nadad comes in there to push and shove. The puck trickles back out into neutral ice. Alaska's going to scoop it up. They're going to try to regroup as we get some fresh new friends out there off the bench. Malachino working on the boards with Schiff and McGarvey. McGarvey's going to chase it in deep as Malachino goes for the change. Struna working with some fancy footwork. She just uses her body and her strength to keep puck protecting, and she gets a shot on goal, but the goalie's going to cover that up. We're going to get a face-off down in front of the Alaska goalie with 34.9 seconds left. We're going to get a face-off off to the right-hand side of the Alaska goalie as Waldrop's going to take the draw with Gibbons and Struna on her wings. Oh, wow. Wally with a nice win on that face-off back to Struna. Struna unable to capitalize on that. That's okay. Those Alaska players knew what was going to happen. They jumped right on that one. They're backed out in the zone as Schiff is going to battle in the corner. We're going to get a penalty for Schiff for a hip check with 18.7 seconds left in this first period. All right, we got Copeland in goal. Is that 22 wins? I need mine. Going for our 22nd win of the season. All right. Maddie Schiff's going to be in the penalty box for that hip check there. We're going to get a face-off down in front of the Kennedy Copeland as Emmy Evans took the draw. We're going to be on a PK here for the next 11 seconds of this period. We've got Evans, McGarvey, and Hewitt and Doherty out there in that 4-on-5. All right, that's the end of the first period. We're going to start the period in a PK situation for 1 minute and 12 seconds.
I talked to her last night and she made me today that I would promise to thank you and Kristen because she's learning a lot from you also because she doesn't know anything about hockey. And last night she's like, there weren't many fouls called last night. I'm like, no, penalties.
All right, folks, we're back with 15 minutes on the clock. Switching ends here for the second period. Let's zoom back out. We've got Reagan McGarvey, Kate Doherty, Emma Hewitt, and Reagan McGarvey and Emmy Evans taking the draw there as our 4-on-5. We are on a PK for the next minute and 6 seconds here in our second period against Alaska. Battling in the corner is Emmy Evans. Puck getting shipped out to Doherty. We're in the zone in front of Team Alaska. Sorry, I'm making sure my heater's on. A little cold in here. Here we go. Alaska firing a shot. Glove save by Kennedy Copeland. Like I mentioned before, Kennedy Copeland is going for her 22nd win of the season. And Chip scored our only goal on the board, and that was her 4th goal of the season. Taking the draw is Kate Malachino. Kate Malachino with 48 goals this season and her white sticks back, which is nice to see. We're battling in front of Kennedy Copeland in this penalty kill, and out going to skate it is Waldrop. Waldrop with the puck. She's racing through the neutral ice, and she's down in our zone. Don't put it past us to not score a shorty here. We've done it before. Wow, that was a nice centering pass, but somebody was on Malachino just tying her stick up. Baldrup gave her a beautiful pass right out front of the net, but those Alaska players just had a grip on her stick, so no goal for us. We're going to give a shout out to Terry in Indiana from the Schiff family, supporting her granddaughter on TV today. How about those Olympics? Those are starting today. Women's hockey starts today. Can't wait to see some of that. Some of these girls, we might watch them in the future. I'm excited to see where they go. A lot of them playing on that U16 and U18 Olympic team being selected. Addie Schiff being one of them. Out front is Gibbons. Gibbons getting the puck in her feet. She's ripping a shot on that. We've got Perrigy, Harwood, and Gibbons out there with Doherty and Hewitt regrouping in neutral ice with their forwards. Doherty finding Harwood. Harwood over to Gibbons. Gibbons is going to skate that in, trying to get it up to Harwood. Harwood's got a battle behind the boards. Gibbons coming in to help her out. Perrigy with the jump. She looks like she's trying to give a little help out. Is there Emma over to Doherty. Doherty's going to chip it in the corner. Back to Perrigy. Perrigy's battling it up the boards as it bounces off an Alaska player. Gibbons with her long stick grabs it, but she gets pushed outside of the zone and tripped up there as Alaska's holding onto the puck. Hewitt's going to come on back behind the net. They're working behind Bones to figure out what's going to go on. Her and Doherty talking. Hewitt's going to break it out. She's going to carry the puck into neutral ice and find Emmy Evans. Emmy Evans is going to skate it through neutral ice and into the zone. Malkino trying to help her out as they trip up some players here. Emmy Evans working it back in the corner, looking out front to see if anybody's there. With a pass back to Nadad. Nadad's going to cycle it through. She finds McGarvey, and she slides one out to Malkino. Malkino was trying to get a 1-T on that. Puck's in the corner as we're going to battle and use our bodies. Like I said, this has been quite a physical game already as Alaska chips it out into the neutral ice. Alaska carrying it in. Nadad and Loveday's back. Good to see her back after the cheap shot that Alaska took out of the penalty box there. Malakino carrying it in. She gets pushed into the net. The net looks like it's off, but the goalie's going to pull it back on. No call by the ref as we battle behind the net. Struna's there on the boards to keep it in with her feet. Her and McGarvey are working on it as we have fresh new D, Schiff and Pfeffer on the blue line. Getting a shot off there is Struna. Schiff. Mullins fresh off the bench. She's going to come in to help out as Pfeffer pinches in. Struna with a dump pass back to Baldrop. I believe it's Baldrop. Yep. Shift to Pfeffer. Pfeffer's going to skate it in and try to get a shot off. It's blocked. As Struna's going to battle on the boards. Baldrop skating through neutral ice. Fast feet. She's going back in. She tries to dangle a player through her feet. Gets tripped up there as the goalie fires it wide. Referee with a whistle and a trip call on Emma Waldrop. It's 10:54 in the second period, folks. Waldrop's going to go to the box. We're going to have a penalty kill. Alaska's going to get a 5-on-4 down in front of Bones. Kennedy Copeland, our goalie for the day. I should say our goalie for this morning's game. And Lainey Perrigy taking the draw. Alaska firing wide as they are on a penalty power play. Us, we are on a penalty kill. We got another minute 19 on this penalty kill as the puck chips out into neutral ice. Alaska trying to regroup as Kate Doherty and Emma Hewitt, Lady Perrigy, and Ryland Harwood try to battle off this penalty kill. Emma Hewitt behind the boards, behind the goalie, looking to make a play, trying to get it out. She works her way out, and she's going to ice the puck. Actually, was a shot on that, which is nice. Making Alaska play it as we go for a line change, giving our team the excellent opportunity to change lines as Nadad and Doherty are out there with McGarvey and Malakino to kill off the next 38 seconds of this penalty kill. Sorry. Alaska firing one in. We have 17 seconds left. Hopefully Waldrop knows where she's going. As Malachino chips it up the boards and deep into the zone onto the goalie there. For Alaska. Alaska's goalie is going to pass it back out to their forwards. Finds a forward that's loose, but that's an icing for the goalie. Nobody got a piece of that. She was trying to find her forward out front. They've got 2 seconds left on their power play for Alaska. We're going to get a face-off down in front of the Alaska goalie with Scarlett Pollock and Olivia Mullins taking the draw. And Scarlett Pollock taking the draw with Olivia Mullins on her wing. Pfeffer and Schiff on the blue line. Waldrop's free. She's going right into the play, not to the bench. She skates in as Scarlett Pollock gets tripped in the corner. No tripping call. Somebody's got their hand up over there calling trip, but Waldrop around the boards to Pollock. Pollock trying to get it out. Schiff trying to keep it in. As Pfeffer races back, Pfeffer is going to skate around behind them. Finding Wally. Wally's going to skate it out of the zone and through neutral ice. She's down and back into behind the Alaska goalie. I got to wake up. I have had my coffee today, but I am not awake. Schiff finding Pfeffer. Pfeffer's going to skate it in. Pfeffer battling it up the boards. We're still in the blue line as Olivia Mullins fires one off the back of Scarlett Pollock, and the goalie manages to keep that and grab it with her glove. We got 8:23 in the second period on the clock. 1-0 lead for Detroit Little Caesars. Farragy, Harwood, and Gibbons are going to come on out with Nadad and Loveday on the blue line. Farragy going to take the draw back, trying to get it back to Gibbons. Tries to find her, but Loveday's going to have to scoop that up. Harwood battling in the corner with Farragy. Finds Gibbons out front. Gibbons with a shot, deflected by the goalie off her blocker. Gibbons on the boards. Gibbons battling on the boards with Farragy. Nadad's going to scoop that up as it pops out of traffic. She runs through traffic and skates it in. Farragy trying to get a piece of that as Nadad threw it out in front of the net. Gibbons is going to have to regroup and neutral ice with a dump pass back to Loveday. Loveday trying to chip it forward, but Nadad's out there with a pass to Gibbons. Gibbons through traffic. Gibbons gets a piece of it off Alaska. Gibbons going for the bench as Reagan McGarvey, Doherty and Hewitt pop out, and Evans and Malachino. Hewitt trying to find somebody in neutral ice. Everybody's got a scrum for it. And our D have to regroup as we find Evans. Evans is in neutral ice trying to get it forward. Everybody trying to work it in the zone out of neutral ice. Evans gets through traffic, finds Malachino. Going through traffic. Emma Hewitt there chipping it up the boards, finding Malachino behind the net. Malachino's going to pinch and hold it behind the net with 6:40 left in this period. Malachino skirts out. She's trying to center it out front, but Alaska's there to push it into the neutral ice. Doherty popping it back in the zone. As quickly as it goes in the zone, it comes right back out. Malachino's going to try to carry it in, and it's out of bounds into our bench. Waldrop, Struna, Schiff, Pfeffer, and Mullins are going to come on out. Waldrop centering the line. Waldrop looks like she's going to draw back to Struna. Struna in the corner battling. Struna looking to center the pass. Trying to find somebody that gets deflected wide. As another centering pass there. Alaska's going to try to break it out, but Pfeffer's there to pop it back in the zone. Alaska, with an ice. And we're going to get a face-off back down in front of the Alaska goalie with 5:58 in the second period. All right. He's going to take the draw here. Wally's going to take the draw with her 11 goals this season. Scoring on Honey Baked last. She might have had some goals yesterday, so I might be a day behind on my stats. Struna chipping it forward, finding Waldrop. Waldrop's going to carry it in. Her and Mullins are working to push that puck in deeper. As we got to come back out of the zone, we're offsides. Waldrop's regrouping with our defense, finding Peffer. Peffer trying to chip it forward up the boards. Back to Waldrop, back to Schiff. Schiff looking for somebody. She finds Struna in center ice. Struna's going to carry it in. It's as fast as we got in. We're going to get pushed back out by Alaska. And Peffer trying to find Struna. We're going to go for some line changes as Pergy comes off the bench. Pergy, Harwood, and Pollock are popping out. Pergy up the boards trying to find Pollock. Pepper's grabbing it. She's going to go for a rush. She's going to carry it in. As Schiff goes for a change, Pepper's down deep behind the net. Behind the Alaska net, I should say. As Pergy covers her on the blue line with Nadad. Harwood regrouping in center ice. She gets a dump pass back to Nadad. Nadad looking. Nadad's going to have fast feet. She's just going to go as the girls call her to go. They're going to follow her up. Nadad with great puck protection skills carries that puck deep into the corner. Harwood battling with her, trying to get it out front. She centers the pass to Pollock, who rifles a shot off. It's blocked by the goalie. And Alaska chips it back into the neutral ice as Pergy grabs it up, looking for a pass over to Nadad. Nadad passing it up to Pollock. Pollock chipping it in the zone. Pollock deep in the corner, following up her chip as Reagan McGarvey. McGarvey out to Malachino. And Alaska picks that off and pushes it back down deep. And that's an ice. Alaska icing the puck to get it out of their zone and get a line change. We've got 3:59 in the second period with a 1-0 lead for Detroit Little Caesars. We're going to get a face-off down in front of the Alaska goalie. And Malachino, with her 48 goals, is going to take the draw. Malachino taking the draw with Evans and McGarvey on her wings. Nadad and Loveday on the blue lines. Our power play lineup with 3:52 left in the period. Line one. Alaska battling, trying to get it out. Loveday says not today. She keeps it in the zone. Nadad popping it up and grabbing it as Evans is going to have to cover her on the blue line. Nadia with ripping a shot from an odd angle at the side there. She passes it back out to Malachino, who gets a shot off. Evans trying to get a shot off as there's a nice battle in front of the net. Nadia is so quickly back on the blue line already. Evans chipping it forward, finding McGarvey. McGarvey centers it back out to Evans as these girls do some damage with 3:16 left in this period. Loveday, her shot deflected off the skates of one of the Alaska players. Evans getting a shot off the net, and Doherty comes fresh off the bench. Hewitt looks like she's going to pop out as well on the blue line. Malachino trying to regroup, as our forwards have been out there for a while, for a minute there, let's say. We're going to try to regroup. Kate chipping it back. That's Malachino, that is. Doherty looked like she was going to try to grab that and go. Hewitt shooting it, finding Pollock, but bounced back into our zone. Gibbons, Pollock, and Waldrop are out front through neutral ice. Gibbons talking, trying to get Wally to grab it up. Gibbons is going to push it in, trying to get a little poke check on there. Waldrop with fast feet, and Emma Hewitt with the poke check. Gibbons in center ice, trying to regain control of the puck. Wally going through neutral ice. The girls trying to battle with her. Pollock pushing it forward into the zone. Gibby trying to keep it going forward. Gibby get it on. That's a goal from Pollock to Gibby. That would have been Waldrop to Pollock. Pollock to Gibby, and they tackle Pollock in the frenzy. Pollock's okay though. I don't know what number goal that is for Gibby for the season, but a nice assist from Scarlett Pollock. All right, folks, we got 2:05 in the second period on the clock. A 2-0 score for Detroit Little Caesars. Centering is Lainey Pergy with Struna and Harwood on the wings. Harwood trying to poke it forward. We're offside. sides. We're going to get a face-off just outside the Alaska zone, right by our bench. Lainey Perry taking the draw with Ryland Harwood, Elena Struna, Maddie Schiff, and Leah Peffer. Maddie Schiff finding Struna. Struna is free and gone. This is like a penalty shot. Oh, nice work by Melina, stick handling it down in there. That was so close. I bet she wants that one back. Try it again. That was beautiful, ladies. Maddie Schiff with an excellent pass. Just a laser precision there, right at finding Melina's stick out front. Melina was gone. Now we're back down to battle down in front of Kennedy as Harwood picks it off, and somebody's going to the box. Maddie Schiff. Maddie Schiff's going to the box with 1:28 left in the second period. So the rest of this period will be shorthanded. Another 2 seconds in that third period as we get a 1:30 penalty. There's some kind of hip pokey check down there. I don't know what he called because I was busy looking at some other stuff. Not gonna lie, I get easily distracted as Emmy Evans is gonna, I think it's Reagan McGarvey, Emmy Evans, and Nadia Nadad and Loveday are gonna battle. Nadia grabbing it behind the net. Let's go. Nadia chipping it on net. Out of ice as their goalie flicks it back into, woo! Bounces off the boards. I took an odd hop. I'm glad none of their players were down there as Loveday was there. Loveday shooting it back out of the zone. So Alaska's got to work to get back on sides. We have 56 seconds left on this penalty, 52 seconds left in the period. The clock is ticking faster than I can talk. Loveday chipping it back for a shot on net for Loveday. And Malachino's there. Dang, girlfriend, you got to get that in. Malachino was just happened to be in the right spot at the right time. With 37 seconds left on the period, just hold on to it. Nobody was there. Do your moves. Use that white stick of beauty. Torture this poor goalie. All right, 37 seconds left. Malachino going to take the draw with Waldrop, Doherty, and Hewitt out there with Malachino. Chichi Malachino. As Wally is going to grab the puck, she's going to skate through some traffic as we are shorthanded. She gets tripped down, but no call for the referees there today. Alaska grabbing it, looking to break out of the zone. Wally putting the pressure on. I want to scream because I'm a cheerleader, but I was going to yell like, yeah, put the pressure on. 13 seconds left in the second period. Keep them down in the zone. Why not? Hewitt icing the puck. We're offsides, but we check back in and out as it is a penalty kill. Alaska going for a change, unable to break it out of their zone. And my friends, that is the end of the second period. And I do believe we are going to go do a ZAM between periods. So we will see you back in 10 to 15 minutes as we have 2 seconds left on Maddie Schiff's penalty kill and 15 minutes on the game. We'll have a third period to battle it out with a 2-0 lead thanks to Maddie Schiff and Michaela Gibbons. Well, the whole team's doing the work and Bones in net. All right, let me see your stat sheet, bruh. I need to All right, we're back, folks. We got 2 seconds left on Schiff's penalty. Leading the league in penalty minute. Nah, just kidding. That's from Major League. I think it is. All right, we're back. I know a lot of folks don't like the good old break because, one, you guys get caught up in what you're doing. It's like back in the olden times when there was commercials. So get back on your couches, grab your beers, grab your coffees, grab your toast, donuts, whatever you're eating out there. I'm freezing and ready for lunch, trying to figure out where we're going next, but I have no clue. Any idea where we play next or what we do next? Anybody? Bueller? Nobody knows. All right, Piper Obermach joining Schiff in the box. We got Kennedy Copeland Bones going for her 22nd win of the season. We got a 2-0 lead here in the third period as our coach is still talking to our team. All right. We've got line one out there. Garvey, Evans, and Malachino. Malachino taking the draw with Pfeffer. We got 3 forwards and a D out. And Schiff's quick off the box, or out of the box, so that makes sense to sync up our players and having 3 forwards and a D as Alaska skates it in and rifles a shot on net. Nothing we can't handle as Malachino is going to skate it out. Malachino going through traffic. Greg and McGarvey there with her as we're back down in the zone on this nice sheet of shiny ice. Extra slippery. Back in neutral ice. Pfeffer getting tangled up in neutral ice, trying to get a piece of the puck. Abby Evans comes to help her out and grabs the puck. She's going to skate through neutral ice and skating it in, but as Malachino tries to check back in on sides. But referee's going to give us a whistle on that with 14-18 left in the game. Piper Obermach heading back over to the bench as she opened the door for her buddy Maddie Schiff. And we got Lainey Piergy talking to Gibbons. Harwood. Lainey's going to take the draw outside of the Alaska goal. Loveday popping it over to Nadad. Nadad looking to get it up. Gibbons battling on the board as the puck trickles through traffic and down into the zone. No icing called because it doesn't make it down to the line. As Harwood battles in the corner. The puck passing around out front. Woohoo! Nadad with fast feet in the corner battling like a pinball, just wrecking things. Gibbons to Pergy. Pergy rattles it up the boards as Nadad goes for a change. Gibbons over on the side. Pergy talking to her. They're trying to poke it out. Loveday's there as well. Loveday chipping it back in, keeping it in the zone. As Gibbons goes for a change, as Loveday goes for a change. Pergy and Harwood. Doherty's out there to keep down the fort as Waldrop skates around traffic. She's going to scoop that puck back up. I know she's playing hot today, so let's hope she gets her 12th game of the season here. Wally with a shot. Like I said, trying to get that 12th goal of the season. She's at 11 goals. She's getting tripped up. No call from the ref. Oh, wait, the referee might just call that, maybe? Yeah, he's trying to call a penalty on, let's see, 21. 21 going to the box for a minute 30, 13:01 on the clock. Detroit Little Caesars going on a power play as Harwood. We've got Schiff and Nadad on defense. Harwood, Malachino, and Emmy Evans out on the forwards for this power play unit. Nadad getting a pass back from Malachino from the win off the faceoff. Schiff battling on the blue line, trying to keep it in. The puck gets iced, but Nadad's back, racing to get it back as Copeland stops the puck. She's going to grab it out to Nadad. Nadad to Schiff. Schiff's going to skate it out. Schiff working through traffic with a pass up to Emmy Evans. Emmy Evans has to do the work to get it in the zone. Carrying it in with great puck protection skills there. Nadad over to Malachino. Malachino to Schiff. Schiff through traffic. That would have been her second goal of the game. And Malachino rattling the pipes with a shot off the crossbar. Malachino going for 50 goals this weekend. She's at 48 right now. Possibly, let's see if she can get up to 50. She needs 2 goals. Let's make that happen. Malachino out front. Let's see, Nadad trying to find her. Nadad in the corner, back to Evans. Evans looking to regroup. Back to Nadad. Nadad's going to puck protect and skate around with a tap back to Abby Evans. Working through the skills over to Malachino. Malachino is going to race up the blue line. Trying to get it back in as Alaska gives a little poke check there, but Harwood's able to grab it up as she was going for the change. Malachino out front. Ew! The puck is lost and the goalie's going to cover that up. We have 5 seconds left on this power play at 11:34 in the third period. We're going to get some fresh new friends off the bench. Who's got the Hot Wheels? Let's see. We've got Pollock, McGarvey, and Pergy taking the draw with Loveday and Doherty on defense. We're down in the Alaska zone as we battle around the goalie. We're back to even strength as their player pops off the bench. But Doherty's there. Doherty, sorry, I thought the puck bounced out of bounds. It didn't. Doherty bouncing it back into the zone as we battle behind the net. The puck gets popped out front, lifted over the net. Haven't seen one of those in a while. As Loveday is going to regroup and neutralize. Alaska with a poke check as our defense have to get back. Kate Doherty with fast feet makes it back, gives a little poke check and pushes them off to the side. Reagan McGarvey pursuing, putting the pressure on here as Alaska tries to regroup and neutralize. The puck works its way back down into the zone. Doherty looking behind the net, trying to give the dump pass back to Loveday. Loveday trying to work it forwards. Pergy is going to help Doherty out behind the net as Loveday, the puck pops back out to her. Alaska firing from the blue line, deflected wide by Kennedy Copeland. Pollock getting the puck, and she just finds her way through traffic. She angling in, using her body to bring that puck down in as Gibbons comes in to help her out from the bench. Gibbons behind the net. Gibbons and Waldrop fast off the bench to get in the zone with their friends. Schiff and Pfeffer on the blue line as Alaska pops it back out. Struna finds it though because she's just coming in for a change. As Waldrop, Gibbons, and Struna have to do some work up front. Struna getting a goal yesterday. Feeling the love. Struna at 11 goals this season as Gibbons gets tripped up. Wally pops her stick back to her. Schiff having to regroup. We got 9:57 on the clock as Waldrop and Schiff. Waldrop back checking. Wow. Bringing the puck forward, carrying it forward, finding Struna. Struna ripping it. Alaska trying to pop it back out, but Pepper's there on the boards to keep it in. She fires it through traffic, trying to find Struna. Struna back to Schiff. Schiff over to Pfeffer. Pfeffer unable to grab that as Schiff rips it down the blue line. But, hey, we're just trying to keep the puck in the zone. Struna on the boards with her feet. Wally helping her out. Schiff and Pfeffer have to regroup and neutralize. Back down in our zone as Schiff tries to find Struna, cross ice. Gibbons goes for the change and out pops McGarvey. Our two other forwards are going for a change as our line one's going to pop back out. Emmy Evans, McGarvey. And woohoo, McGarvey to Evans. Evans pops when the puck flips high over the net as the goalie deflected that herself. Malachino out front with, let's see, all of line one reunited at that power play lineup. Nadad, Loveday, Malachino, Waldrop, or not Waldrop, I'm sorry, she was switched to the bench. McGarvey and Evans working out front. Evans on the point there. Malachino trying to find her. Oh, slipstreaming through traffic. Evans tries to get out to Loveday. Loveday with a foot and a tap with her stick. What great stick and footwork there. She had knocked it down with her stick, batted it to her foot, kicked it back to her stick. I like to see stuff like that. That is some athleticism in our players. As we have 8:18 left in this third period. Woof, game. I hope it's not the first period. I'm tired and ready for snacks. Lunch? Who knows? All right, McGarvey skating it up, finding Evans. Evans carrying it through, but the goalie's there from Alaska as we get a shot off on her. Alaska's gonna pop it back out. They're working through neutral ice. Harwood, fresh off the bench, gives a little poke check as Nadad and Doherty have to do some work on defense. Nadad battling in the corner with Harwood, trying to get the puck back out. Malachino is gonna scoot it up the boards. Harwood trying to pick off that puck from Alaska. She's going to battle with Doherty. Hewitt's off the bench. She's looking. She's going to give a little board tap up to to Harwood, who gets a piece of it, so it's not an ice. And that is Lainey Piergy, fresh off the bench. She has hot wheels, and she goes into the corner with Pollock. Pollock centering a pass over to Harwood, but the puck gets tapped long. Ice, no ice, no ice. It was off us, apparently. As Doherty looking to find somebody. She finds Hewitt. Hewitt's going to try to tap it up to Piergy, but Alaska's going to pick that off and take it back down in the corner. Alaska battling on the boards as Lainey Piergy, she's going to grab that and go. Just getting a little poke check from Alaska as we're back down behind Bones. Our goalie, the puck makes its way back into neutral ice as Emma Hewitt's pushing him wide, pushing Alaska back around behind the net. Her and Lainey Piergy doing the work on D. Finding Pollock with Jets as she makes it through. Pollock firing wide. Pollock with an assist today to Gibbons and 6 goals on the board for the CZ. As who do we got there? Gibbons came in off the bench. She's going to keep it in with her feet. Schiff and Pepper are on the blue line to hold it in the zone as she get a drop pass from Wally. Schiff with our first goal of the game fires one on the net. Whoosh, who is that? Mullins, sorry. Mullins doing some damage over there. Putting the screws to Alaska. Alaska taking it down in. Bones looking to take care of that. Schiff's going to work behind the net with a chip out to Pepper. Pepper back to Schiff as they're trying to get it out of the zone. Gibbons is going to work on the boards to help him get it out. Gets pushed back in the corner as some sort of interference is going on there. Reagan McGarvey finds Michaela Gibbons. Michaela Gibbons is going to skate through neutral ice with her and Reagan. Reagan out front. Gibby in the way. Gibby needs to go for a change. Gibby going for the change as Evans comes out from the bench, but Evans and Loveday are going to skate that down as Nadad, Nadad's not going for a change. Evans is going to grab that from Bones, Kennedy Copeland. Nadad behind the net. Nadad and Loveday doing the work behind the net, trying to get it back out. We got 4:57 left in this third period in the game, folks. We got line 1 out front, all of our 90s, 97, 92, and Alaska's peppering Bones with pucks. Malachino is going to carry it out. Aquino trying to cross ice. Whoopsie, take the camera with me. Trying to cross ice pass to Evans. Nadad goes for a change. That was quick, folks. No too many men on the ice today. Loveday looking to regroup in our zone. Alaska putting the pressure on. Loveday trying to find somebody out front. Doherty's with her now. Doherty looking to regroup behind the net. Trying to make a play, but she dumps it behind her. As we all have to read, we thought she was going one way, but she had people on her, so she had to dump it back. Loveday back to Doherty. Doherty up to trying to find Malachino, and Malachino's going to go for a change as Struna pops off the bench with Piergy and Harwood. Where are we at? Icing? We got 3:59 left in the game. Harwood, Struna. Piergy's going to take the draw with her 2 wingers, Harwood and Struna. We got Hewitt and Doherty down there as we get a face-off in front of the Alaska goalie. The girls are going to have to battle there. Piergy taking control with a pass back to Hewitt. Hewitt with a goal yesterday, her first of the season. Nice. Woo! Struna firing one in. Shout out to Emma Hewitt for getting her first goal of the season yesterday against St. Louis. All right, what do we got here? Piergy's going to take the draw. Piergy trying to find Struna. Hewitt trying to keep it in. No icing call. We're going to battle down by Bones in the corner there as Alaska tries to regroup and get it out. Harwood's there. She's chasing it down the boards as Alaska tries to battle it, but Piergy keeps pushing it forward. Maddie Schiff, sorry. dumping it down deep as she came off the bench. We had a lot of line changing going on. We're going to get a face-off down in front of Kennedy Copeland off to her right-hand side with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. A 2-0 lead for Detroit Little Caesars in this third period as Emma Waldrop looks like she's going to take the draw. Down low. She's going to race out of this with Mullins. Mullins and Pollock on her wings. Waldrop carrying it in, battling, bouncing off the boards as Alaska is going to skate it back in through neutral ice. Ooh. Oh, jeez. Alaska with a dart at a hard angle there on Kennedy Copeland as we skate it back. We had Mullins, Schiff, Waldrop, Pepper, Pollock out there. Man, something my tripod just went loose. All right, we're going to get a face-off at center ice. It's 2-1. We got 2 minutes and 47 seconds to battle. Malachino taking the face-off. Malachino dumping it in deep. They're going to work behind the boards here. Alaska looking. Malachino's there on the blue line, though. She's going to keep it in and throw it back down in deep. McGarvey battling on the boards. Malachino out back there behind the net as woohoo! Nadad grabs it and keeps it on sides. Nadad with a dump to McGarvey. McGarvey back to Loveday. Loveday back to McGarvey. McGarvey's shot deflected high. Kate Malachino trying to get a piece of it with her hand as Nadad fires one in deep. We got 2 minutes left on the clock here as Loveday walks the blue line, finds Malachino over on the side. And Reagan McGarvey trying to get a chipper there and chips it right into the goalie's glove, trying to get it up in the little lifter. A little snapshot, a little snapper. All right, folks, we got 1:54 left to play in this game. Gibbons, Pergy, and Emma Hewitt trying to keep it in the zone from Pergy. Kate Doherty finding Pergy as her Harwood and Gibbons have to take it back in. Gibbons looking on the wall with the back drop pass to Kate, but Alaska's going to bounce that around us on the boards as Hewitt's there to grab it. She's going to go. Kennedy Copeland talking to her. Oh my gosh, that was a trip. We got 1:29 left in the game and 1:30 for a power play. Alaska's going to the box for that trip on Emma Hewitt. Emma Hewitt drawing a penalty. We're going to get a 5-on-4 power play. Out there is Kate Malachino. Let's see who that is. Number 19. Going to the box for Alaska. Nelson. As we got 1:29 left in this game, 1:30 for the power play. Malachino's going to take the draw with line one out there. Schiff and Nadal. This is our power play unit. The 90s line out front, 92, 97, and 91. Hopefully the grandparents know all their names. Malachino centering a pass to Nadad. She tried to get one off, but her stick was held down by the players playing defense here as we just pepper this goalie with pucks. Malachino looking, trying to find Nadad cross ice, but Schiff says not today. Schiff rockets a puck into the boards, just wide of the net. Malachino with her 49th goal of the season. That is a power play goal. And she is at 49 for the season in that power play. That was 57 seconds left in the game. And Malachino from McGarvey, sorry. We're going to get a face-off at center ice as I forget to take the camera with me. We got 57 seconds left. Malachino, like I said, 49 goals for this season. I'm watching and not taking the camera with me as Nadad just hauled through the zone with the puck. The puck works its way out, finds Alaska. Alaska's going to try to skate it out. We got 41 seconds left. Alaska off the glove of Copeland, but we're able to grab it and go. Schiff's looking. We got 30 seconds left. Schiff's going to hold down the boards. Schiff bouncing it up the boards to Struna. Struna trying to find her forwards. Stewart up Waldrop and Pollock are out there. Wally battling in the corners is Medad. Medad's going to battle behind the net and just hold it against the net, apparently. Okay. 11 seconds left in the game, folks. 3-1 lead for Detroit Little Caesars. Face off down in front of Bones as Harwood's going to carry it out. We got 7 seconds left. Harwood, why not? Let's go. She's been on a heater lately, getting like 4 goals in the last couple games. And that, my friends, is the game. I don't know what time we'll play again. I'll text it out when I figure that out. Hope to see you this afternoon. Thank you, all of you. Thank you to all of you that have come out for the game or to watch the game. Warm and toasty in your homes. It's a balmy 20-some degrees in here. I have no idea what time we play next. Maybe we can figure that out. Here we go for a handshake and a hustle to some other rink. We got a game probably around between 4 to 7 p.m. tonight. That'll be the quarterfinals, maybe. All right. Love you long time. See you later.